In a remote forest at the heart of the Mongolian steppes, Erdenebat Chulo roams the frozen forests looking for food for his reindeers. The 55-year-old is a member of the Dukha ethnic group. They are reindeer herders. This tiny community perpetuates the way of life of their ancestors who began domesticating the animals thousands of years ago. Every day, Chulo releases his reindeers into the forests to graze and calls them back once their bellies are full. He has been herding reindeer all his life, circling through a seasonal migration pattern dictated by their search for food.
We move 3 to 4 times a year. When we move, we follow the grazing paths of the reindeer. When the pastures are bad, then the bodies of the reindeer get smaller. When the grasses are good, they get bigger. Starting from giving birth, when the baby reindeers eat these mosses, they get bigger and stronger.
The animals mean everything for this community. They provide food, tools and transportation for the Dukha. With less than 300 individuals, the Dukha are considered to be one of the smallest ethnic groups in the world. They worship spirits of nature and their ancestors. Shamans carry out rituals that send them into trances to find answers from the spirits ruling the forests. Kizilhul, aged 39, is one of them. He taps out a rhythm on a large drum made of reindeer skin. He believes this allows him to communicate with spirits. He says the spiritual encounters are mostly harmless, but sometimes can be an ordeal for the shaman.
It's a very terrible feeling. Even though I do it often, I still get scared when I put my robes on. Sometimes I feel like I really don't dare to wear them.
The 39-year-old did not choose to be a shaman. He fell ill after the death of his father and began wandering the forest in a state of delirium. Eventually, another shaman told him the only way to cure his sickness was for him to become a shaman himself.
When I begin the ritual, I know what I'm doing. But when the spirit comes to me, I'm not in control anymore. When it comes, I feel like I'm going to a dark hole. When people ask me their questions, a spirit gives them the answers.
Even if the modern world is slowly creeping into this isolated place, the herders believe the traditions will be carried on by the next generation.
These animals, the reindeers, were herded by our ancestors. So it's our will to maintain the tradition of herding these reindeers in the same way as our ancestors did.